Welcome to But I'm a Lesbian, the podcast where we serve alt baddie sass, queer film reviews, and everything in between. Whether you are a baby gay
or a queer elder, we're here, we're queer, and we're diving deep into all things lesbian. We're your hosts, Caitlin
and Angelina.
Get ready for some sapphic serotonin. So today's episode centers on an early 2000s hit, D.E.B.S. It's kind of an action movie, but it has women in it and it's gay. I will tell you, I'm not a fan of action movies, so I normally wouldn't watch this, except I was like, oh, pretty girls. Okay, so do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite Y2K era trend? Okay. I know you were a baby.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, like
you saw
movies.
I
saw movies, and I was like, I love that. There was, I feel like. I was a baby, but I did see a picture of my two older sisters that obviously were older at the time, and they did my hair with like those little butterfly clips, and I thought it was so cute. And I was like, oh my god, I want to do that. And then I tried it, and then I was like, I think I need different butterfly clips.
Okay,
because they were like, mine were very like, but the ones that had were
plastic ones.
Yeah.
I have some. But I don't know where they are. I wore them actually on an episode, but they're black, so they didn't show because my hair is dark. But I bought them from Ulta. It was like a Halloween collection. Probably like, do you want to dress like Y2K for Halloween? But they were like black, kind of like slightly holographic little butterfly clips. It was like a pack of 6. They're so cute. And then I almost on Shein bought like a giant pack, and then I was like, I know that my wife is gonna be like, why do you need 500 butterfly clips, Caitlin?
Get you with that.
Yeah, so I didn't buy them. But yeah, that's okay. Have you seen the ones that they would like flutter? Like they were really big butterflies? Those were cool. I used to get them at the swap meet.
Those are so. See, that's the thing that we need to bring back. I feel like there was
meet?
No, they do have those.
Those still exist.
I'm like the swap meet. The butterfly clips, but like the cute ones, because I think the black ones that you were talking about are cute. It's just like you said, it blends in with your hair.
Yeah,
they just need to be
unless
colorful.
you're blonde.
Yeah, but you could. I mean, no, because then you'd have to have like the two like pieces of your hair that are blonde.
Yeah,
unless you put the clips on there. So.
Yeah.
What is your favorite?
Okay, I have so many. So I'm in my juicy era because when I was growing up, and the reason we're wearing juicy outfits on this episode is because a lot of the movie, one of the main characters is wearing like a baby blue tracksuit. It's not a juicy one, but I don't have one like that. Okay, so this is like similar-ish. I got the blue, and I'll do an OOTD on TikTok later. You guys can see. But anyway, I could never afford the juicy outfits when I was a teenager, and I was really jealous of the girls that could get them. And so now that I have adult money, I have been getting them. They're expensive, but I always wait till they're on sale, or I get them on Poshmark because I'm trying to be more sustainable. So I get them on Poshmark or Depop. But yeah, I have 3. And
the one that I'm wearing. Thanks to Caitlin for this episode.
I have a dark blue one too. And then for Christmas, I'm going to ask for a purple one. I'm prepared. And then I saw that they have baby fat ones.
Oh my God.
Did you see them? Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. Have you sparked something in me? I used to have baby fat earrings, but like the knockoff ones, because obviously they were like, but they were dangly. And that's my second one. But anyways, baby fat one.
Okay, so they have baby fat whole outfits, velour outfits, and they kept advertising them to me on Instagram. And I really want this light purple one, and then you get the little baby tube top with it.
Oh my God,
and it's a little purple with the little kitty, the little baby fat kitty.
So cute.
I need it.
Maybe you should ask for.
I'm gonna ask for it for Christmas. I don't know.
Or
Anyway,
your birthday.
Well, my birthday is 2 months after Christmas. So if I don't get it for Christmas, I'll ask her for my birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I have so many favorite Y2K trends because I lived in it. But when I think of another one, when you were talking about the butterfly clips and then we're talking about the fluttery butterfly clips at the swap meet, another thing that I feel like is forgotten. So people tell me in the comments if you remember this. They were like invisible necklaces. So they were like, it would be like a jewel and then it would be on fishing line. So it looked like it was before dermals like existed. So it just was like cool because it looked like you had a jewel, but like if you looked close, you would see the little fishing line. Those were cool. I would also get those at the swap meet.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, that was like my favorite. So anyway, lots of fun trends. And in this movie, we see some of them. I think they have like flip phones in the movie.
They do.
So that's pretty cool. I definitely had a pink razor when it was the thing. So I thought it was so cool. I had a beg for it for a long time. But I got one. Anywho, I could talk about the 2000s forever, as you can tell. But I wanted to see, do you have anything that you're desperate to share about the movie, a hot take or a burning desire?
So I do love this movie, and I feel like there's really not a hot take for me, but I just wish that all of them would have been gay. That's what I thought was going to happen when I first watched it. Because I was like, oh my god, okay, so obviously the main character is gay, maybe the rest of them are, and they're like, it's okay that you're gay, we're gay too.
Oh my god, we're also gay!
But that was too much to ask for, and they were like, one is enough.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, okay, I do think it's cool because I remember when this movie came out, I don't think it was like marketed as being gay. Like the lesbian thing was kind of a surprise because I didn't see this movie till like 5 years after it came out.
They just made it like a
action, pretty girl spy movie, like action movie thing, and I had no interest in seeing it because I don't know. I guess I thought it was really cool, and I came out. I mean, this came out when I was like 14 or 15, and I was like super like scene emo kid. Like I thought I was too cool for anything mainstream. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. Anyway, but then I saw it later because I heard that it was gay when I was like 19ish and it had come out. So anyway, that is not my hot take, and my hot take is, I guess, not that. Whatever. I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I just think that Lucy didn't need to stop being bad. I think she should have kept being bad because she was mainly, it seemed like, stealing from like corporations and rich people anyway. Like, so who cares? Like,
but she wasn't killing anyone.
Yeah,
like they thought.
I know she wasn't, and so I felt like, eat the rich. She could keep stealing from them, but she should, give some to charities. Yeah, she doesn't need to also become that rich person. But anyway, I did think it was really funny later. So at some point in the movie, she's like, Lucy Diamond, she's like the bad girl, whatever. She says like, I didn't always want to be a villain. I used to want to be a pirate. and then the other girl's like, that's also like a criminal. Like, what? Oh.
She's like, I guess I always did want to be a villain.
So anyway, I just think she could have kept being bad, but it's okay. That was basically, I guess that's more like a burning desire than a hot take because it's not that hot, but whatever. So right now we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll get into the recap. You could make a quick call on your flip phone because those came back into style, and buckle back in. Welcome back to But I'm a Lesbian. This week we're discussing D.E.B.S. So, as we kind of mentioned, I love this movie. You love this movie.
Yes.
So, not to give anything away, but it's probably going to get a good rating. Just saying.
Yeah, whenever we say we love this movie, you can assume that we are going to give it
Watch for like 1. Actually, I rewatched it and it pissed me off. No. And so, okay, so like we kind of said, it's set in the 2000s. Okay, the first time I watched it, I thought that it was a high school, but I realized it's more like a college because they they get into it by like taking their SATs, and there's a hidden test within it that tests if you would be like a good spy or whatever, and then they get invited to this secret school. So basically that's the opening scene, is like a bunch of high schoolers taking the test, and then they're explaining that there's a secret test within it. And so they come to this special group called D.E.B.S, and I forgot to look up what D.E.B stands for. Do you know what it stands for? Because it had it on the wall, and it was like, the emblem said it, and I know B was for beauty, but I can't remember the rest. Why am I like this? If anyone knows, tell me. But anyway, it stands for something, and it's like they work for the government, basically. And so when you get like accepted because you pass the secret test, you go to a school, and it's basically like a college, because they said at some point they mentioned like, you've been my best friend for 4 years since we got here. So I'm like, okay, so they go from when they graduate, and it's like they go to college. And so also another thing that...
Oh, we are being fact-checked right now. It is discipline, energy, beauty, and strength. That's
nice.
You got beauty right.
I had one. I was like, they're all really pretty.
You're like beauty.
Okay, so we open to like a fancy house. It's giving like sorority house, which reminds me of another thing from the 2000s. You probably don't know about this. I mean, you know what sororities are. But there was a show on MTV called Sorority Life. In like 2002.
I did see a couple episodes of that, but not enough.
I wanted to be in a sorority so fucking bad because of that. I was like, they're so cool. And they were, one of the seasons was at UC Davis. And I don't know anything else about Davis, but every I have known a few people that went there, and all I think of is like, oh my god, this is where sorority life was. And I'm like, nobody fucking knows about this show. But anyway, so it's giving cool sorority house. There's pictures of all the girls on the wall, but then one of the pictures turns into like a video screen of a man yelling at them to wake up. And the man, I don't know his name, I don't know the actor's name, but he's from a lot of other stuff.
He's from a lot of other stuff.
And I think he died.
He did.
He died like a few years ago, so that's sad.
Yeah.
And anyway, so they are like all struggling to wake up except for Max. Max is played by Megan Good, who I think is just like so beautiful, but I think she's like a Republican or something now.
She's conservative, yeah.
Oh, she's still pretty. And so so I feel like it's giving that she's kind of like the boss, or like also she's type A because she's like the first one that gets up, and then she wakes up all the other girls.
She's like, get up, everybody, now.
Are you good at waking up?
I used to love waking up in the morning, but not now. Now when I have to wake up, I'm like, oh my god, it takes me forever. But when I was younger, I'd be up like 6 a.m. watching stuff and like getting ready, and I used to love getting up for school. I did, I used to I used to dress up, and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm so ready. Not high school though, I'm talking about like younger.
Oh.
Because then when high school came, I was just like, oh fuck, I hate school.
I hate getting up. It's like, I'm such a bitch in the morning, and I feel really bad. Okay, first of all, my wife has to deal with my excessive amount of alarms. Like, I set...
It's like every 2 minutes or something?
Okay, so what I do is I set like 3 alarms. One is like an hour before I need to wake up, and then another is like...
An hour before you?
Yeah, because when the first one goes off, you're like, I get to sleep for another hour, girl.
Oh my god.
And then I set another one for say like 6:40 or whatever if I need to be up at 7, so like 20 minutes before I need to get up. And then I set one for when I really need to get up. But the problem is, because I'm half awake, I forget which one is which, and I snooze all of them. Therefore, an alarm goes off more than every 8 minutes. And actually, she just had to have a talk with me about how I have to stop doing that. So
she's like,
I'm gonna try.
Because she's the one that's like,
yeah, because it wakes her up. I am that person where like I'll work that like alarm into my dream, and I'm like,
you're like dancing to the. What kind of alarm do you do? Is it like the?
I have multiple. One? That's the other thing. I just set
are they all different sounds?
Well, yeah, because I don't even like look when I set my phone.
It's like random.
I just put the time, and then it like assigns one. So usually there's like slightly different ones. Anyway, I'm not good at waking up. I'm really mean when I have to get up, and that's a problem. Anyway, so the boss guy is named Mr. P, and I think so. I think that was important to know his name, but I don't think I ever mentioned his name again, but I wrote it down. And then, oh my god, we see Holland Taylor. So she is Mrs. Sarah Paulson, or Sarah Paulson is Mrs. Holland Taylor. I don't know. She's gay and she's with Sarah Paulson and they've been together forever. I did hear some gossip a few years ago that like Sarah Paulson cheats on her all the time.
Or like they have like an...
I don't know. I don't know.
Open...
The way it sounded was like that Sarah... Okay, they like... I think they live separately, which is cool. That's interesting that people do that. But that she always has girls that are more like her age come over. And so I don't know if it's an open thing because Holland is like, girl, I'm tired. I'm 80. Like, I'm not trying to fuck all the time. Or it's because she's cheating on her. I don't know. She's tired.
I don't know. It's like, I'm just picturing her being like, yeah, go ahead. Do what you need to do. I just can't have sex with you.
No, it's too much.
When did they get together? Do you remember?
Oh my God, like so long ago.
How I know that they were together, but like,
I want to say like 2014,
oh,
maybe,
wow.
because I feel like they got together when American Horror Story was still going really strong and Sarah Paulson was like still
like really
alive,
or
whatever.
Okay.
And there's like 30 years between them, so she was already old.
I was gonna
Sarah Paulson was
she was
like
already in
late
her...
30s, early 40s, and so she was already like she was already old in this movie in 2005. Like she's been old my whole life, which
she has.
Anyway, so she plays the headmistress person, and I said that makes sense because she's gay, and now we know this movie is gay.
Yeah.
So Holland Taylor, whose character is named Miss Petrie, tells them Lucy Diamond is back in the States. So we're like, oh shit, Lucy Diamond must be important because the headmistress is talking about her. And also when they see... It's just they have all this cool technology, like Miss Petrie was kind of like a hologram thing when she was talking to them, or she like teleported to. I don't know. I thought that was cool. And so the group of girls from that sorority house are assigned to find out what is going on with Lucy and her friend that she's going to meet up with, her KGB friend Ninochka. Mm-hmm. And so then we switch and we go to the evil lair where Lucy Diamond is, and there's a sign that says, a good Deb is a dead Deb.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, okay, she does not like Deb, and Deb's not like her. And then we see this guy named Jimmy Simpson. He plays the bad guy, the young version of the bad guy in Westworld. If you haven't seen Westworld, you should watch it, but really only season 1 because it gets kind of shitty after that. Anyway, then we see Jordana Brewster / Lucy Diamond. So she's played by Jordana Brewster, who I didn't realize my wife had like an early obsession with. She was telling me all about her. She was like, yeah, did you know she was like discovered in a mall?
Oh, I didn't know
And I was like, what? How did you know that? She's like, because she's really pretty and she was in the Fast and the Furious. So like I looked up all these things about her.
She had like these random bags.
Yes, like you're so funny that you remember that after like 20 years. Anyway, so we find out that she's a lesbian because the friend Jimmy Simpson, who I don't remember what his name is. Scud. Yeah. His name is Scud. So Scud was setting her up with the KGB girl as like a blind date. And then they kind of hint at like she had her heart broken and the friend is trying to get her to move on, but she doesn't want to, and she's like, I'm just gonna focus on like destroying the world or whatever, like
being a villain,
being an ultimate villain. And so then we cut to their date. So she does go to the date. They're at like a fancy like restaurant, and the Debs are like hanging on like a swing from like the ceiling, like staking it out, like looking down. And apparently also like the CIA and people are there also staking it out. Everybody's staking it out. So she's like a big deal. And so Amy, who is, we will find out she's the main character. She's the one that's wearing a cute blue tracksuit in a lot of this movie. But right now they're all wearing like their little schoolgirl outfits, which is why I thought it was high school, because
that's what I thought too.
I didn't know there are colleges that have uniforms.
Maybe they want to have them dressed that way because it's like Spies, so they're all like.
I think it's also like to appeal to like creepy men because you know there's like that Catholic schoolgirl fantasy, and they have really short skirts in it. Like, anyway, whatever. They're kind of cute outfits, though. And so she's talking about how she wants to go to art school in Barcelona, or if you are from Spain, you would say Barcelona. Anyway, so Amy's ex-boyfriend Bobby keeps calling and she doesn't want to talk to him, and then he shows up because he's a member of another group. I don't think he's in the CIA, but he's in one of the other groups. He like shows up and he like comes down on the line and is like talking to her while they're staking it out. And I'm sorry, I know that she's probably supposed to be like 21 or 22, but he looks like he's like 35 or older.
He does look older, but he looks so familiar too. I don't know who he is, but I know he's been in a lot of stuff.
We should have looked it up. He didn't look familiar to me. I was just like, who is this creepy old man? And so she's like not wanting to talk to him. And then when they're looking down at Lucy, Amy goes, oh wait, she doesn't say this. This is just what I think she was thinking. She's like, oh my god, she's so pretty.
She did. She says like pretty, but she's like, wow, she's so. And then Max is like, she's what? And like she was like, and she's like, real. But like you're looking at how like she's beautiful. Like, she's like really beautiful. She's like, oh my god.
And so the boyfriend is like, hey, give me my bracelet back. And then he tries to take the bracelet off of her arm, her wrist, and of course it falls into Lucy's soup. And then she looks up and sees them, which is like, they were like really like obvious. Like,
I know. How do they not hear them talking?
I know. And so then the restaurant basically turns into like a big shootout thing, and Lucy ends up escaping, and all the Debs try to go after her and find her. And then Amy and Lucy end up in the same storage room place, and then they literally run into each other, and they're both apologizing because women are like raised to apologize for everything, right? And then they're like, oh my god, wait, you're the enemy! And so then they like point their guns at each other, and Amy's like, whatever, starts to like read her rights, she's like, you're gonna arrest her. And she's like, you're not gonna arrest me, whatever. Anyway, then they try to make like a truce thing, and Amy's like, oh my god, I'm writing a term paper on you, and I didn't know you were a lesbian. How interesting.
She's like, you're here on a date? What? We thought this was like a secret plan or something, like, you know, but she's just like, no, it was a blind date.
Yeah. And so Amy ends up letting her go kinda on accident, and she tells her friends that she met her and that she's gone, and apparently when she leaves a bunch of diamonds behind.
She does.
Like her
That's
signature.
Where she died.
And so this is like a really big deal because it means that Amy is the only person to ever fight Lucy Diamond and live. Even though they didn't really fight, they just like talked and apologized to each other. But people think they
Lucy was so into her. She was just like,
no, it was so obvious. And then we see Lucy in the car with Scud, and she's like, I met someone, which is so lesbian. She like barely talks to her. And she's like, yes, she's like, I love her. And so also, I think it's important to note that Amy is the only person to ever get a perfect score on that D.E.B.S test.
Oh, yeah.
So she's kind of like a star pupil anyway because of that. And now she has fought Lucy Diamond and lived. So it's like she's gonna get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Like she's like so cool. So Scud freaks out because he's like, she's a D.E.B, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then Lucy like basically like kicks him out of the car and takes the car and goes to find her. And so she goes to the little like D.E.B sorority house, and she uses these like cool tools to like climb up and sneak into the room. And then they get into like a sort of fight, and Lucy's like, well, you said you're writing a paper on me, so I just want to like help you out. Like, you can come straight to the source, you know?
She's like, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, you got wrong. Like, don't you want to know exactly?
Don't you want to know like what it's like to have sex with me? And so Lucy basically like threatens her with a weapon to get her to leave with her, so she kind of like forces her out.
She's like,
and then when they're going out, Janet, one of the other D.E.B.s that is like, I guess not doing that great at her school, she's not like passing right now. Anyway, they see her, and so now they have to take her with them because she saw, and then it's giving double date because Scud is in the car. And Lucy takes them to like this cool club called the Junk Pit, and it reminds me of what's the place called in San Junipero? The Quagmire.
My god, yeah, the Quagmire.
It was kind of like that, but it was also kind of like, I guess it's like any like goth club, which I've never been to one in real life, but in Righteous Gemstones, one of the characters, Kelvin's boyfriend, I think they end up getting married, Keith, used to be like goth and like a Satan worshiper, and one time he like tries to go back to the club, and that's what the club looks like that they saved him from. Anyway, I don't know if anybody watches Righteous Gemstones, but if you don't, you should watch it. It's so funny. I mean, it ended, so you can binge all of it now. Anyway, so Amy tells Lucy the hypothesis for the paper about her, and basically like being a woman in a man's world, so she has to be like extra vicious and to be respected, and also that she thinks that she's unable to love or receive love, and then Lucy gets offended, and then they start talking about how Amy broke up with her boyfriend, and she's like, why did you break up with your boyfriend? She's like, I don't know, I just wanted more, like, and I'm like, obviously she wanted a woman, but she's like not understanding that, because it's 2005 also. She doesn't know any lesbians until now. So Lucy also tells her she hasn't actually killed any people. So that was a thing, because they made it seem like she killed everybody she fought with. And she's like, no, they all like died of random things. Like,
she's like, it was just a coincidence that they were there like to fight me, but they ended up dying. Like, I had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. And so also there's so much eye contact, which is like a thing in lesbian movies.
Oh,
yes. I mean,
eye contact.
We talked about in Maggie and Annie, the aggressive dancing eye contact.
Oh my god, that
would make me feel really uncomfortable, especially with someone I don't know. But I don't know, I think I've said this, I have like my own issues with eye contact where I'm like always thinking, am I doing too much? Am I doing not enough? So I couldn't dance with a stranger.
Someone just being like,
that's so weird. Like, it feels like they're in contest. Anyway, so they don't have that type of anxiety, because they're just very much staring into each other's eyes. So anywho, we see Scud and Janet are like having fun, which is cute. Anyway, Lucy and Amy almost kiss, but Amy's like, I should go. But then they say they want to see each other again, and that's like a huge risk for Amy. She's like, I could like get kicked out, like and then Janet ruins the moment by coming up and being like, oh my god, she almost kissed you!
She's like, you were gonna let her.
She's like, what?
She's like, oh my god. Like, I don't know if she's more surprised at the fact that her friend was gonna kiss another woman, or that it was Lucy Diamond, which is like everything that they're against.
I think both, and I think that it was giving like, she thought that Lucy was being creepy, like it was like, she has a big lesbian crush on you. Like, that's what I was thinking. And so Lucy ends up taking them home, and Amy is like, I can't see you again, but it's obvious that they like each other. And then Janet's like, basically, I'm going to tell. And Amy's like, I have blackmail on you too, so you can't tell. So now Janet is complicit.
Yeah,
she can't tell. And when they get home, Max was waiting up for them. So Max was like, the type A that is played by Megan Good. She's like supposedly Amy's best friend. And so I feel like she's also kind of like, why were you going with Janet instead of me? She says like, oh, we just went on a walk because I'm really upset about breaking up with my boyfriend. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
She's like, you're right. Oh,
yeah. And so the next day at school, Janet calls Amy a gay slut.
Oh yeah!
I thought that was kind of funny. And then they go into a classroom, and Miss Petrie is there, and she wants to take pictures with Amy because she's like a star, because she saw Lucy and she didn't die. And then she asks for a really detailed description of the encounter, and she promotes Amy to squad captain, and that makes Max mad because Max was the squad captain. And so now she's like, wow, you get everything and I get nothing. Like, I worked so fucking hard for this. And basically Amy says something stupid like, I don't want it. And she's like, that's the point. You don't even want it, and you get it. And I worked my ass off for this, and I got kicked out because of you. Like, you're Miss Perfect Score now, you know. So it's like kind of sad. And she is like, whatever, just promise that you'll catch Lucy now that you're the boss. And so that's kind of awkward because I feel like she already likes Lucy, but she's like, she's like,
of course I'll capture her. Oh my god.
And so then we cut to Lucy robbing a bank, and the D.E.B.S are called to go apprehend Lucy and her friends, her buddies that rob with her. Lucy's all like excited to see her. Like I think she's like fixing her makeup in the mirror.
Is.
So she's like, are they almost here?
Because like this is so stupid. Like why are you doing this?
I know. And so then Lucy tries to discreetly lure Amy over to talk to her when like they're like trying to like look for them, and she's like in the corner on the side, and she's like, oh my god, come here. And Max sees her and is like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. Max doesn't see Lucy.
Yeah.
Max sees
Amy being weird.
Yes. Okay,
she's
so,
like, what?
Yes. And so Amy and Max start arguing, and I'm like, this is a stupid time to argue. Like, this is like literally the middle of a bank robbery.
Yeah.
And then all the girls get trapped in this vault. And Lucy makes Amy fall down like a chute, and then she's in there, so it's like a hidden room, and she's like, hey, I needed to talk to you, girl. And so then while they're talking, Lucy thinks it's funny to like have these daggers come down in the room where all the other girls are trapped and like almost kill them, and she's like, what the fuck? And so she's like, let them out, and she does let them out, and also they kiss. Amy kisses Lucy.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
She's like, I can't be, I don't like you like that. Like, I like you, but I don't like you.
Yeah.
And then Lucy's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I got this mixed up then. Whatever, it's cool.
Yes.
She's like, it's fine. And then Amy's like, actually, just kidding. She's like, I actually do like you.
Yeah. And then Lucy is like, will you come with me? And she says yes. So they leave a note that says, I have the girl. And so now they think that she kidnapped Amy, which I feel like is not a good idea because she's like the star student. Everybody's gonna be looking for her. So then we see like this montage of Amy and Lucy falling in love and just like having so much fun. It's really cute.
It is.
And we also see Scud and Janet like instant messaging each other. So
I know.
they're still talking. And so that's cute. But then Ninochka, the blind date, sees Lucy and Amy being cute on a date somewhere, and she's mad because she's jealous. She barely even met her, but I guess she decided like she was like, I'll do anything you want me to. Yes. And so then we see Lucy and Amy get into their first argument because Lucy is like, do you really want to do this, or are you just doing it because you did well on that random test that got you into this? And she's like, I don't know, I really want to go to art school in Barcelona. But then they like kind of talk about like, oh my god, what if we did that, right? Like what if we went there and like I did
what you like wanted to do.
Like, I could like rent boats or something. I don't remember what she was saying, but they're coming up with like cute ideas. Yeah. And she kind of shares some insecurities about like, I don't think I'm really as great as everybody thinks I am, so that makes me nervous. Then we cut to the D.E.B.S sorority house and we see Max answering a phone call, and it's from Ninochka, and it's in the middle of the night, and she says she knows where Amy is, and so Max is like, oh my god, let's go get her. So she gets all the girls up, and they're ready to go to the lair, and Janet keeps trying to call Amy to warn her, because she knows who went there.
She knows,
Yeah, but she's not answering, because she's having too much fun doing sex stuff with Lucy. And so then D.E.B.S and Bobby, the ex-boyfriend, he never like just leave things alone. They sneak into the lair, and then they're fighting with Scud. And then Lucy and Amy are professing their love for each other. And there is a funny part. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but like, because Scud and Janet are not supposed to know each other, so they're like kind of talking, and Max is like, "What are you doing?" And then Janet punches him in the face, and she's like, "Oh, nothing out." It's so funny. Anyway, so they end up rushing into the bedroom where Lucy and Amy are having sex. So they rush into them. They catch them in the act.
Literally.
Do you remember Courtney Act?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, whenever someone is caught in the act, because I didn't get it because I'm not Australian, but if you don't know, on Drag Race, Courtney Act, it's funny if you have an accent because she's from Australia, because it sounds like Courtney Act. I can't do a very good Australian accent.
That was pretty good. I mean...
Thank you. Anyway, so they got Courtney Act. And so everybody is disappointed and sad, and then they leave. And then Amy, like, goes back to the D.E.B.S house. Like, they show her, like,
the walk of shame, like, literally. Yeah. She's like, oh, fuck.
Yes. And Miss Petrie and other, like, higher up boss people are there, and they're like, what the fuck? Like, really? And Amy tries to play it off like, I was just doing research. I was just researching her vagina. Like, I don't know. I just needed to know. Anyway, so Max is like, hey, I have an idea because nobody else knows about this, so it doesn't need to get out. Because Miss Peachy's like, this is going to be a PR nightmare, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, why don't you just make Amy be the D.E.B. of the year, and then we'll all lie and be like, we rescued her, and that will avoid the embarrassment of her running off and being in love and having an affair with Lucy. And so she's like, oh, actually, that's a good idea.
She's like, I see why you were where you are.
Yes.
She's like,
and so then basically they put Amy on lockdown in her room to make sure she doesn't sneak out to be with her love. And she's very sad and lonely. And she agrees to go to the end game with Bobby, which I feel like is kind of like a prom thing where they're going to announce the D.E.B. of the year and it's like a dance and a game. I don't know. Anyway, she agrees to go with Bobby. And he's like, so disgusting. He's like, I know that you love me. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, I actually also decided that the gay thing's kind of hot.
Yeah, he's like, I'm okay with it. Yeah. And it was like, so cool that you did that.
Yeah. Like, gross. And then he gives her a bracelet again. And so then we see Amy alone in her room, and Lucy has snuck in, and Amy is like, no, 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 and she hits the panic button to get Lucy in trouble, and the girls shoot at her, and she escapes, and I'm like, wow, you really, like, fully turned on her.
She's like, she can't do
killed. They were shooting at her. Yeah. That's crazy. So then we see Lucy in her lair, and she's like, I'm gonna bomb Australia. Oh my god, I forgot they talked about Australia.
And they're like, she's like, I just don't like it.
She's like, I'm mad. And Scott is like, that's stupid. Just because you're mad about your girlfriend not being with you anymore, you can't kill a bunch of people. You can't bomb a whole continent. And so she's like, being bad doesn't really feel good anymore. Yeah. And I would give up everything to be with Amy. And I'm like, spoken like a true lesbo.
Yeah.
She's like, for real.
I'm ready to like turn over a new leaf.
Love her.
Yeah.
And so they decide to find a way to get her back. And so Lucy starts sending all the money back that she's stolen to like undo her crimes. Because she doesn't want to be bad anymore. And then we see a little montage of Lucy trying to be good now, and like the news being like, Lucy Diamond has returned $1 million. Da, da, da. So after we see this little montage of Lucy being good and trying to undo her bad deeds with good deeds, basically. We see Amy in her room, and she's getting ready for Endgame, and Mr. P, the boss guy, comes in, and she is like, I really want to know, since I got the perfect score, like, what does the test actually measure? Like, what is it measuring? And he says, basically, it just measures how good you are at lying. So since you got a perfect score, you're the perfect liar.
Yeah.
Ooh, which is like,
she's like,
and so I think she kind of like is like, oh fuck, now I feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so great at lying.
She's like, wow.
Also, people don't really watch Friends anymore, but I do, and I love Friends. And there was, Monica was so competitive. Did you watch Friends?
I watched a couple, like, here and there.
You should watch it. There are a lot of things that are problematic, but like I said, I learned what a lesbian was when I was 4 or 5.
When you were, yeah.
And also there are really funny parts, but Monica was really competitive, but so she hated being bad at anything, but she was really bad at giving massages, and like Chandler would lie to her and be like, oh yeah, I love your massages, and then someone like called him out about lying about it. Anyway, so to like twist it around, because she's so competitive, he was like, you are the best at giving bad massages in the whole world. Anyway, that's what being the perfect liar makes me think of. Like, wow, you're really good at this not good thing. And so Lucy and Scud are planning to break into the Endgame prom thing event, and that the plan is just, okay, now you tell her that you love her.
Yeah.
Like,
she's like, are you kidding me?
She's like, that's the whole plan. And so Janet at some point is realizing that Amy and Lucy probably really love each other. And I think she tells Max this, or she might not tell Max this until later.
She does. She like tells them, Max and
the other girls.
Yeah, I forgot her name. I don't know.
I know. I almost put her on the list. It's Devin Aoki is the actress.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
I can't remember what her character's name was. She's French. The character. Yeah. I don't think the actress is French. I don't know. I don't know where she's from. Is she American?
Aoki.
Is she related to Steve Aoki?
Yes, that's her brother.
Oh, wow. Anyway, okay.
Who was also in the Fast and the Furious.
What?
Devin, remember?
I don't watch the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, okay. Well, I just thought it was funny because Jordana and
yes,
Devin,
no,
you know.
I like Michelle Rodriguez, and she's a problematic person.
She's so hot.
She was really hot, but I didn't actually watch the movies. I just saw like pictures of her in like The Wife Pleaser, and I was like, she's so hot. And then I remember her being really homophobic. Like she was so against being out as gay, and she got outed, and then she was like, oh yeah, actually I'm bi. Whatever. Anyway, so
Dominique is her name.
Which Dominique?
Yes.
Okay.
Devin.
Okay, that makes sense.
The French.
So basically, yeah, Janet's like, if you were really her best friend, if you guys were her friends, you would want her to be happy.
Yeah.
And so I feel like Max is like thinking about it.
Yeah.
So Bobby finds out that Lucy's trying to infiltrate, so he gets all of his stupid friends and they try to go stop her.
Yeah.
And then we see that she's like in the vents, which is like my nightmare because I am claustrophobic. And I guess it's helpful that literally Jordana Brewster looks like she's like, I don't know if she's tall, but she looks like she's like 5'7" and weighs like maybe 100 pounds.
Yeah, she's so skinny in this movie. So it was probably like really, they didn't even hear.
It was not her. Yes, and also she probably didn't feel that claustrophobic because she wasn't taking up that much space.
She's like, anyway,
if I was there,
it's like a walk in the
be
park.
a lot less space there. Yeah, I was like, damn. Anyway, so they realize she's in the vents, so they start like shooting upwards, which is like also so scary. And eventually she like falls through in like a break room area or something of like, because it's at like a hotel. And then she gets to the main room where like the ballroom, whatever, where they're having the prom party. And she hears Amy saying a bunch of dumb stuff about like how evil Lucy is. This is because Max wrote her speech for being Deb of the Year. And then Lucy is like looking all sad. But then Amy tells the truth about how happy Lucy makes her, and Lucy smiles, and then they see each other. Yeah. And Amy's like, excuse me, I have a date with the devil.
She's like oh, I know. She sees her and then she's just like, oh my god, like I need to be with her.
Yeah, so she like,
and Bobby thinks he's doing something by like holding Lucy there because he's like, yeah, listen to this speech. She totally thinks you're so evil. Which is like, is that the worst thing in the world?
No, she's like, I love bad girls. She's into it. Anyway, so she like runs off to try to get to her. Bobby's trying to like attack Lucy, and then Lucy steals his gun and runs off to find Amy. And one of the stupid guys that's friends with Bobby sees her and incites panic by telling everyone, oh my god, Lucy Diamond's here, Like, what a loser. And then during all the panic, they run into each other again, and then they start kissing, and it's so cute. And then the other Debs show up and they try to stop it by like holding them at gunpoint, and Scud is also there, and it's like a standoff. And then like Max has like her gun like at Lucy, and at some point she basically like says like, I will kill you if you break her heart. So you see that she like had a change of heart, and she is a good friend. She's like, I will fuck you up if you hurt her, but I want you to run off together.
She's like, go ahead, keep her straight, keep her clean.
Oh, I was like the opposite of straight.
No, like she's like, keep her straight. She can just be your friend only. You guys cannot date.
Very best friends.
But like, as in, you know, like, don't be evil. And she's like,
okay.
Oh my god.
I was like, straight, like sober, like not on drugs, really doing drugs. Okay.
It's like a big part of the movie.
I forgot. Anywho, so then they run off together, and then Max helps them because then the guys show up and she's like, oh, they went that way. Like she says the opposite way of where they went to throw people off. And also it seems like Janet and Scud end up together. I don't remember exactly how they showed it, but I think they were still talking or something after.
Because he's just like, well, I'm not a villain anymore. Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm a good guy now.
He's like, we can date.
I know, so cute. I think he does say, like, should we go on a date or something like that. It's really sweet.
And she's like, so do you? And she's like, yes. And he's like, you don't even know what I'm going to say. She's like, anything you say, yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, how cute.
So
she found love too.
So.
And then she gets her stripes.
Oh, yeah. I didn't talk about that because I thought
It's like
I should have talked about it, but I didn't care that much about Janet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as I mentioned, she was not doing that well. She was like kind of failing. She wasn't passing.
Yeah.
And at the end, Max gives her stripes, which you need to get your stripes to like pass.
Yeah.
And graduate or whatever. So it's cute. So I feel like everyone ends up happy because they can still be friends with Amy, and Lucy is like good now. So it's not like people are out after her.
Breaking news.
What?
From our producer. Fun fact: in real life, Janet's bro is Kid Rock.
Oh no!
Are you actually kidding me? Right
What?
now? That is so fucking random.
Okay.
Wow.
Do you like Kid Rock?
Can you imagine? I'm like, yeah, I'm the biggest fan.
Okay, but I gotta tell you something. One cool thing about Kid Rock, because two
cool thing.
Okay, one, when I was like 9, when he first came out with "Ba with a bottom," I thought he was so hot.
Oh
and I think it's because he had long hair. I was like,
oh my
he's
God.
like a beautiful man. He's kind of like a girl. But the other thing that's cool about him is that I watched like, what was it, Behind the Music, Kid Rock? Yeah. And he talked about how when he was younger, all his friends would make fun of him because he liked to eat girls out, and they were like, "That's gross," and he was the only one that like loved it. And I was like, "Wow, that's a true man right there." What kind of man says that they're straight but doesn't want to eat out their girlfriend? I think that's so That's so crazy. Because why are you grossed out by vaginas?
He's like, she can give me head, but I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not.
Like anybody wants his like dirty dick in their mouth. Like I don't know. I have never done this, but I've seen so many things about men having like skid marks because they don't wipe their ass. So I feel like being that close to that area is gross. And he seems like a man that wouldn't wipe his ass. Because didn't he say something like that, or did I make it up, DJ Khaled, that it's gay to like clean your butt?
Oh my God! Did he say that?
I thought he was one of those men that said like it's gay to clean your butt.
Like to use baby wipes and stuff. Like they think that
like to wash your butt.
Wow.
Like you don't wash your butt crack.
Okay.
Men are gross. I don't know.
Wow. I'm like that turned into something real different.
There's gonna be like rumors about him.
I know. We started the rumor.
I know, but I don't know. Maybe he does, but I doubt it.
No, but
anyway,
that sounds so familiar.
Stinky penis and balls and sweaty and gross and also doesn't wipe. I don't know. I mean, hopefully wipes well enough. I don't know. Some people don't wipe. I learned that also on like Reddit posts about straight men, and
that they don't
gay.
wipe.
It's like really gay to wipe, or like they can wipe only like.
Oh my God! You made me think of another Reddit story when we were trying to look for Reddit stories, and it was about this guy that it was like he was a roommate to someone else. He left like little like pieces of shit everywhere he sat because he would never wipe. And they said the reason how they found this out was because he never used toilet paper. He had like a separate bathroom than they did because he lived with a couple, and they said they were smelling something awful, and they were like, no way it's him. Maybe he just had like a bad day or something. I don't know. But they started to do some investigating because they were like, this smells like actual shit, and there are stains on the couch and the chairs. They put like the piece of toilet paper up to see if he like would use it, and they went in there right after they knew he was going shit. He did not use it. They had to have a talk with him about it, and they were like, hey dude, you need to wash your ass because it's actually disgusting. And he was just like, I wash my ass, like I do that. And they're like, no, you don't. We can smell you. I guarantee you right now, if you get up and walk away, you're gonna leave a stench and a stain. And he did.
Ew.
So how can you go? And he had a girlfriend.
Maybe she also didn't wipe her ass. Like, okay,
I'm sorry, but a lot of women put up with men that are disgusting like this, and so they're just like, it's a flaw, because you know
it's just a little flaw. He can't all the time, and there's just poop everywhere.
Don't you see those posts where they were like, those girls that like say, okay, now that we're not dating anymore, let me tell you about the awful things that he did, and almost the majority, all of them were he never wiped his ass. He left skid marks. He left a skid mark on my bed. I was going down on him, and he fucking going down. I was giving him head, and I'm just thinking about women.
I think you could still say that. I don't know.
Sure, but I like to reserve that for them. Because
talk about that.
I'm like, but I was gonna say something really crazy right now. Men don't deserve it. But anyways, so
I mean,
in my
you heard it here
opinion,
first.
when they're like this, not
Definitely
in
DJ
general.
Khaled doesn't.
And this dude that doesn't wash his ass.
Yeah. Ugh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, there have been times when I have been in a store and someone smells so fucking bad that it's smelling up the whole store. Have you had this happen?
Yes, I
This
have.
happened to me twice at different grocery outlets. And I
Yeah.
feel bad because I love the grocery outlet. And one time it was a woman.
He stunk
And
or she stunk up the grocery outlet.
She smelled. Okay, I feel really bad, and I don't think this is true. But remember when what's his name? What's the guy's name that was married to Lamar? Lamar, that was married to Chloe. He
Yes.
said under oath that her vajojo smelled like earring bags.
Oh my
He just said that to her.
Yeah.
But this lady smelled like earring bags, and also sweat,
Very
body
gross.
odor. It was really gross. But I do know what smell he's talking about because when my cat, sometimes he needs his anal glands expressed, which people think only happens to dogs, but it does happen to cats, and it smells like earring bags.
Oh.
So anyway, I'm like, oh wow, maybe
You're
we
like,
had
that's-
a cat that smelled like that. Anyway, I don't believe that about Chloe, and I think he was just trying to hurt her.
Yeah.
Point being, I don't know how I got so off topic. Oh, Kid Rock. He's a Trumper.
Yeah,
We don't like him anymore.
Yeah, because we were so thrown off by that fun fact, which
Yeah.
is so crazy.
Oh my god.
I was like, breaking fucking news, you guys. That's insane.
No, I have seen him in concert because my dad made me and my
Oh,
wife go,
wow.
and we were like,
Oh
why
my
are
God.
we here? When he was at the fair near us, and it was awkward. And he didn't even. It was when we were drinking. He didn't even buy me alcohol so that I could like sort of enjoy it. It was weird.
You had to supply your own. No Jello shots for you.
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't have money to buy fair price beer or whatever. Like, it's so expensive. Anyway, so now we have to talk about Munch Merch Murder.
Yeah.
Luckily, none of them are men, and none of them have skid marks, I would hope.
God.
So the options are Lucy, Amy, and Max.
Okay. Do you know who you would
No,
watch
I
Murder
don't
Murder?
know. Do you know?
It's a little hard because I think all of them are attractive, and I did like all of them, even though they're like different personalities. But I think I would munch. I would munch Max. I would merge with Lucy, and then I'd murder Amy.
Stop! That's what I was gonna say!
It's because Max is so beautiful, and like Amy's beautiful too, but she's just like, you know. I don't know.
She's just not like she's gonna watch this. I don't know the actress's name, but she's beautiful. But she's beautiful in like kind of like a basic way, like a basic white girl way.
Yeah.
And I don't know, she doesn't stand out. Jordana Brewster has like a little bit of an edge to her because
She does.
Her,
She's a
her character played like a bad girl.
Mhm.
I think she wore like a leather jacket.
She did.
So I was like, yeah, I would mix with her. She's a little edgy. And then,
Yeah.
like I said, I just have always thought that Megan Good is like so beautiful. So that's why I put her on here because I wanted to say that I would munch her. I would merge with Lucy and I would kill Amy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anywho, what would you rate this movie?
5 out of 5.
Me too!
Yeah.
Now it just seems like I'm copying you.
No.
Oh my god, same!
Oh my god! But it is a good movie. I feel like we really like this movie. I feel like that's one of the movies that we had mentioned that we're like, oh my god, one of our favorite movies. So.
Yeah. It also is one of the kind of few lesbian storyline movies where there is a happy ending, and it's really special for its time because I've talked about this. I mean, I feel like we talked about it a little when we talked about like high school and coming out and stuff, but like I feel like 2005 there was the L word, and then there were like movies that were not very mainstream, like Go Fish that we're going to talk about next episode. That was from the 90s. Like there were like some movies, but they weren't like super popular, and I feel like D.E.B.S was like pretty mainstream. Like I remember seeing the like ads for it, so I think it's really cool that it ended up being gay. So yeah, I love it, and I have the DVD, but don't really use my DVDs anymore. Anyway, but I have it.
But it's so cool to
Yes.
have it.
So if you're enjoying But I'm a Lesbian, please head over to our Instagram and TikTok and follow to stay up to date with our newest episodes and hottest takes. Follow at But I'm a Lesbian Pod on TikTok, Instagram, and even Facebook.
Welcome back and get ready for our next segment, Current Obsessions.
Yes! Favorite. I mean, I love all the segments, but this one is fun because we just get to talk about random things we like.
Yeah, literally. Last time, I think, you talked about like the soap cutting, and I talked about Labubus and Monchichis, in which we now have a Labubu, a Lafufu.
Every time I see Monchichis, I think of you, but also makes me laugh because chichis. Yeah. But you know, there's like a Mexican restaurant. I don't think it exists anymore, but they still sell the salsa at the store, and it's called chichis.
That's so funny.
And then we laugh when we see it.
You're
I bought it a couple times. Anyway, also there was one time Wa made me pull over. My wife made me pull over. We were driving through like somewhere in Nevada, and there was a road called Little Panocha Road.
Oh my god,
which is like little private area in Spanish. Isn't that funny?
That is funny, but that reminds me. Oh no! That makes me think of when I was younger, and obviously my parents speak Spanish; they're fluent, and I speak and understand Spanish, but I'm not fluent. And the school that I went to, everyone there spoke Spanish, and they were fluent. I remember hearing them say something, and we were like talking, but it was like, you know, when you're talking to someone and like you hear like other conversations, they were talking about something, and it was like this. It always makes me laugh, and I'm so thankful. But anyways, I heard what they had said, but that was like, you know what? I'm not going to ask them because I don't want them to make fun of me, because obviously they're like, you're white, and they thought I was Asian. So I was like, okay. Yeah, they would be. Yeah, anyways, I was like, I'm going to go home and ask my mom, because I would often do that. So I went home and I told my mom, I was like, hey, do you know what this is in like English? Like, what is it? And I was mistaking the word fish for panocha. So I was like, wait, I heard them say like tacos de panocha, and she was like, what? She was like, where did you hear that word? And I was like, she's like, and I was gonna ask my dad. Yeah, I was probably like fifth grade.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wait, what does that mean again? It was something different. And I was like, I've never heard that. Like, oh my god. And I was gonna ask my dad, but then I was like, I'll ask my mom. And she was like, don't ask your dad that. What do you know what that is? And I was like, no, that's what I'm asking you. And I told Yami about that, and she always laughs. And so we always joke around. She's like, what do you want for dinner tonight? Like, that goes up. Can you imagine me asking my dad that? He would have been horrified.
Oh my god, that's so funny though.
Yeah. So that's what that reminds me of.
Oh my god. No, that's so funny. But also, that's like my fear of. I always have this like, because I have social anxiety. Okay, I'm medicated, but it's still weird.
It's still
ugly.
true.
But the main thing is my fear of saying words in Spanish or trying to have like a conversation in Spanish, even if I like rehearse it in my head. But you don't know what the other person's gonna say. So what if they say something else and then I'm like, I
don't know what to
say. But
I'm
so afraid of saying a wrong word and then like embarrassing myself or like asking someone something sexual on accident. I don't know. Like that's always my fear, but.
So you can speak Spanish and even mess up. You know, it doesn't. You mess up even in English,
well,
right?
And that's what I try to remind myself too, because like my wife, like her first language is Spanish, and like her parents only speak Spanish, and she said that she still gets nervous because she doesn't speak Spanish that often. Like she only really speaks it to her parents.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I get nervous speaking around like old school monolingual Spanish speakers because she's like, I feel like they're gonna judge me. Like, is my accent not good enough? Am I gonna say something wrong or say like a weird word? And she talked about when she went to Mexico as a kid and saw her cousins, and she was using like these words she learned from like Spanish books in America, and they were like, no one uses those words.
No one uses
that's
that,
not.
I don't know why
Mexican
they teach
Spanish.
that.
Yeah. So anyway, it's silly that it's my fear, but I know that even people that literally speak Spanish have this fear. I need to get over it. But anyway, tell me your obsession.
Yes.
Sorry.
So my obsession
is Chi-Chi.
My obsession right now are, thanks to Caitlin, but pot stickers from Grocery Outlet. They're amazing. I have ever since we had them at her house here. I've been addicted, and I went out and bought them, and it's literally like the same. I'm recreating the same meal that we had here, which was like the edamame with the chili crunch and the pot stickers and the cucumber salad. I make that all the time, and I literally just had it last week, like 3 times in a row. Which maybe I should eat something else, but you put me onto something else, which are the soup dumplings. That I
I know. Every time I find a food that's like sort of Asian inspired because you loved that meal so much, I'm like, Angelina would love this. So like I sent a picture of these soup dumplings we got. I'm like, you have to buy them.
I do buy them. I'm just afraid that that's gonna be like my only 2 things.
They're kind of hard to make though, the soup dumplings, because you have to put them in like a wok or like a really big like pan, and then put water in it, and then they provide you with this little like white paper liner. And then you put the dumplings on top of that, and then you put a lid on it and you steam it.
Oh.
And I didn't have a lid, so mine turned out kind of soggy, and my wife didn't like them. So I don't know, but you probably.
I'll try. I'll see.
Do you have any other obsessions? Sorry, I'm like putting you on the spot.
Like, what are my other obsessions? I think that is like the main one right now.
They're so good now. I want pot stickers.
I know. I literally want them. I'm like, even though I just had them.
Because they're so good.
They're really good. And they're easy to make.
Yes, I love things that are easy to make.
Right? What are your obsessions?
Okay, well, I have 2 because one of them is something tangible that I actually like have / know where to get, and the other is I need the viewers / listeners' help in finding this, so you gotta help me out. So the first one is if you are in any of the states that have a Dutch Bros, you need to try this drink. If you're not in a state with Dutch Bros, that sucks for you. I'm really sorry. So I'm addicted to Dutchie in general. There's one right by my house, which is a problem because I spend so much money there. But for those that aren't familiar, it's like a drive-through coffee shop, but I don't get coffee from there. They have these energy drinks called Rebels. They literally just taste like a Red Bull. I think they are Red Bull, but like they probably like bought like the rights to repackage them as Rebels or something. I don't know. They taste exactly like Red Bull. And the fact that they're called Rebels sounds like you're saying Red Bull really fast.
It does, like Rebel World.
Yeah. Rebel girl. So I love to get different types of Rebels. But you can get them blended or over ice. That's important. So for fall, they came out with new drinks. This one is the Candied Cherry Blended Rebel. It is cherry syrup, almond syrup, and then it's like, I get it blended with the Rebel. It's so good because the almond makes it taste a little more like, I don't know, it tastes like cherry pie to me. Like it's giving, like, because I was like, I kept thinking it was candied apple because that would be more fall to me. But when I tasted it and it kind of tastes like pie, I was like, okay, it kind of tasted like cranberry sauce almost, even though it's cherry. Anyway, but you can add a sour shot and pop in boba to anything. So I add a sour shot because I love sour things. And then I add strawberry pop-in boba. Oh my God, it's so good. I don't like regular boba. Do you like regular boba?
I do.
Okay,
but I like the popping.
I love the popping one. It's so fun. I have my friend, my neighbor friend, that sometimes will be like, "Do you want Starbucks or do you want Dutchie?" And so we went there, and she'd never tried the poppin' boba. She didn't like it. I felt bad because I was like, "It's so good, you should try it." And then she's like, "I didn't like it." I was like, "I'm so sorry." I felt like in Bridesmaids where like Kristen Wiig's character like chooses the restaurant and then everyone gets food poisoning and it's like, oh no. So it's always my fear. I pick something and people don't like it, but hopefully they don't shit in the middle of the street. So anyway, that is my one that I can have. Like I might go get one later. The other one, I need help because I need to find low-rise, light wash, baggy jeans that look close to or exactly like the ones that Lindsay Lohan is wearing in the first Freaky Friday. So the 2003 Freaky Friday when she, I think the first day that she's at school and she
I loved her jeans. Oh my
God.
Her outfit was so
okay. All bodies are beautiful, but her body before she got like into drugs and like the pressure of the Y2K thinness got to her, her body was perfect. She was always like my body goals because she was like, she had like a little bit of like curve, but like so skinny to me because I was like a chunky kid. So she was like skinny, but she was like skinny in like a, I don't know, like a healthy way. She had big boobs. I don't know. Also, she's my favorite. I think she's literally the most beautiful. I think that
she is.
She's
we should just watch Freaky Friday.
We should. Yeah. We should. Because you talked about the girl in the band and how you were like, I had a huge crush on her. Do I want to be her best friend?
She's so hot.
She is, and she still is. Because I saw Freaky Friday. Yeah. The girl with the beautiful hair. Not... I shouldn't be mean. The goth girl, I guess, also has beautiful hair, but it was like short. But no. Anyway, I need these jeans. Our editor is going to put a picture of the jeans in here, hopefully right here. I need these jeans. I've been on Depop. I don't know what to search for. I bought some jeans. They're not light enough, and they're too baggy, and they're not low enough. They need to be like Y2K low, very light wash, right amount of baggy. Okay. I'm going to wear the baggy jeans on my next episode, so you'll see what is the wrong thing.
What not to recommend.
If anyone knows what I should search for on Depop, if anybody sells things on Depop or Poshmark, or just has a random pair of jeans that they think might fit me, let me know. I need them. Anyway, that's my I've been obsessed, and I bought 2 pairs of jeans so far that didn't work, and I'm sad because now I have to wear them. I can't return them because I bought them on Poshmark and Depop, and my wife is getting annoyed with me because she's like, stop.
Are you gonna return them or no?
Like, well, I can't return them because it's not like you can't return things on like Depop.
Yeah, for some stuff you can. I bought a pair of jeans that I thought were a women's size. They are not. They were children's size, and I was so fucking mad. No. And they came out, and I was like, what the fuck? And so I said, like, can I please? I'm so sorry. That was totally on me, but. She was like, yeah, I know. I probably made it confusing because I did put women's. And I was like, yes. But how would this would not...
tiny women? Like the tiniest
It literally was this size. And I was like, who is fitting into that? Maybe people are different. But I was like, I don't even think I would fit into that as like a child. So I was really pissed off because it was so cute. It had like the little like flare at the bottom. And it was cute. I'll show you a picture.
That's so annoying.
I know. I was so sad. I thought I was going to be eating with these, and then they came, and I was like, these are fucking small. What the fuck?
Okay, that reminds me, one time, my wife ordered on ThreadUp, like a chambray, so like denim-ish, like short sleeve button-up, that said it was a women's XL. We get it. The tag said the children's place. So obviously this is not a woman's size because it is from a children's store. And it didn't fit either of us. So I was like, this is for a child.
You're like, you gotta get rid of it.
So that was annoying. And then another time, usually when I have ordered things from Shein in the past, I don't order from them anymore. Okay, I'm trying to not be into fast fashion, but I have ordered things before. I ordered, usually when I ordered stuff, I'll look at the measurements and they're like correct. But I ordered this sweater and I got like a 0XL or something. It's like a regular XL. It was the tiniest sweater. I gave it to my niece that was 7 at the time. And I was like, try it on her and sent me a picture. It fit her perfectly. And she's like a normal 7-year-old. She's not like chunky at all. You know what I mean? I was like, are you kidding me?
You're like, why would they advertise this for adult women?
Adults as an XL. Anyway, so those are our obsessions.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in to But I'm a Lesbian. We are your go-to for sapphic media reviews, WLW drama, and unfiltered queer takes. If you enjoyed the show, please like, share, and subscribe on every platform. Yes, all of them, if you can. Leave us a review to help support the queer community and keep this lesbian-led pod thriving. After all, the algorithm's a bitch, and we're just 2 lesbians with mics trying to survive.
Don't miss next week's episode. We will be heading back to the 90s with the quintessential film, Go Fish. It is available on Tubi and Pluto.
See you next Tuesday!
Executive producers for But I'm a Lesbian are Caitlin Beatty and Angelina Herrera. Produced and mixed by Victoria Shiflett. Creative direction and video editing provided by Juanita Iriarte. Music by Stiletto Falsetto.